All right. Ready? We're live?
Yeah.
All right, so I'll bring it down. Okay.
Ready?
All right, we're all set. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Chris.
My name is Greg.
I am the DJ Zai.
And we are the
Old Man Gang.
This is
The Old Man Gang. Okay. Get the fuck out.
Get the fuck out!
You heard it.
Yes,
They said
yes.
get the fuck up, Greg. It's time to get the fuck up.
Time to get the fuck up, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's episode of the Old Man Gang. Thank you for joining us. This is a special week for us, man. We did a lot of stuff this week, man.
Yeah, man.
We
Like
got-
what? What we do?
We got a lot of shit. Well, we had our 50th episode last week. That was amazing. We had a great time with that. We've been working on some amazing projects with some amazing people, and we have some guests in the house tonight.
We got guests in the house today, right?
Yes.
Some real guests.
Yes.
At
Yes.
the Prestige Palace, man.
That's right. So we're gonna get into that in a few minutes, but before we get started with that, I want to make a statement.
A statement?
I like to make a statement because a couple of weeks ago we did a show and we made some comments that a lot of people found offensive. And
No, you made some comments.
yeah, oh, okay. No, you incited the comments, all right?
From last week.
Yeah, last week, right? So basically the comments were regarding black women and how I feel about black women. And it was misinterpreted that I said that black women are difficult, okay?
That's not
Now,
what you said.
That is what I said. Okay, shut up and let me talk.
Okay.
Now, black women being difficult is a matter of opinion by you, myself, or anybody else, okay?
Okay.
Now, a person's opinion is based off of their experience and how you acknowledge your surroundings. So
Okay.
if you're experiencing certain things that causes you conflict, then it's going to reflect in how you feel about that specific gender, group of people, demographic, okay? So if my experience states to me that I've had difficulty with a certain demographic of people, that doesn't necessarily mean that I can generalize all of them to be difficult or be problematic.
That's true, because you can't put everybody, like, you can't put all the crabs in one barrel, right?
No, you
Because
can't.
people are different. You know, some people are, a
Right.
certain way, and some people another way. So you can't predict the way a person is until you actually get to know them. You know?
Right, so I just want to say if I offended anyone with my statements, I would like to apologize. My views, Greg's views, are not the views of everybody in the world, but we do have the right to an opinion, just like everybody else in the world has the right to an opinion. So if I offended anyone, I apologize.
Wow.
But we're going to get into a great conversation today about relationships. We have some panelists that are going to come in and just, give their views on relationships and debate with us about women, because everybody says we never have women on the panel and it's all, a man's point of view.
Yeah. So we got some women today.
We got some women.
We got some
decided-
feminine energy
we
in here.
decided to
Other
bring-
than Carmella.
Yeah.
You know, we always have Carmella.
Yeah.
And now she got backup, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Exactly.
I love it.
Exactly.
So we'll do something like that.
So what's popping with you, Greg?
Well, right now, I'm in the middle of a few projects as usual. You know, I'm doing over here, I'm over there, I'm doing the kitchen, I'm doing the bathroom. I'm trying to, make America great again, one
course.
bathroom at a time.
One bathroom
Yeah,
at a
man.
time, keeping yourself busy.
Myself busy. I'm trying to stay out of trouble.
Okay.
Sometimes it gets a little difficult, but for the most part, I stay out of trouble. I stay under the radar. I do what I do when I go home.
Good, as you should. As you should.
Absolutely.
Any luck in the dating game, man?
You
Well-
seem kind of sad, Greg.
I seem sad?
Yeah.
Well, maybe a little tired today. I've been working like a.
We've been working.
Yeah, I've been working 7 days. You know.
Yo,
what I
we
mean?
got to tell them about our date. We went on a double date.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Our friend Keesh hooked us up with a
Yeah.
couple of girls,
Oh man.
and let's just say it wasn't what we expected. Thank you, Keesh.
They was cute though. They was very attractive.
But we happen to have some video of that. We'll show you that later on in the week. But let's just say it went a little left.
Yeah.
You know, they weren't. We got to try again and hit the. You know.
Yeah.
We got to hit the running board
Well, I
again.
That was
can't
too
wait
much,
to hear
man.
about this.
Yeah.
You should have seen this date.
It was interesting to say the least. Quite interesting.
It was a good day.
It was a good day. Yeah. So we got Keesh, Skye in the building and the cast of Bruised. Shout out to them. Let's give them a
Yes,
round of applause.
absolutely.
So the ladies
Bruised.
of the stage play Bruised are in the house tonight, and they are our guests, and they're gonna come, you know, basically get railroaded and hear all of our opinions about women and everything.
See, now we got women here, so we got to be careful.
We got to be careful.
We say,
Oh,
you know
now
what I'm
you
saying?
scared?
So we gotta
No, we ain't afraid of no women.
we gotta
All
see if
right.
they can stand the heat.
We talk that talk too.
Okay, we'll see.
Exactly.
Nah, it's
All
all
right,
good.
Carmella, you are in the building. Talk to us and tell us what is going on with current events.
Well, current events, let's talk about the BET Awards. It was on yesterday. Did you guys watch it?
I did not watch it. I saw some of it, but I didn't get to,
You didn't watch it?
No.
Me either. We too old for the BET.
I was
Awards.
working.
It was good. It was on for a long time. Like, it didn't go up to like after midnight.
Word? More than
Yes.
3 hours?
Yes,
Live? It was live.
it was live.
Yeah, I did
was
see
live.
some parts with Kevin Hart where he was pretty funny.
Kevin Hart, yes, he was good. Also, Jamie Foxx, Snoop Dogg, Kirk Franklin, and Mariah Carey won the Ultimate Icon Award.
Very nice.
Ultimate
they all
icon.
gave
We're gonna get
speeches.
one of those real soon.
I hope so.
I probably get one before you, but
I mean,
You
it can't
think
be
so?
real soon. We just started this.
now we old, so we're gonna be icons real soon. Yeah. In 2 weeks, we're gonna be icons, bro.
Shit, okay.
So it was a good show. It was a really good show. And then
Yeah.
it was 25 years of 106 and Park.
Oh
You
yeah.
guys remember that show?
Free
right?
came on there, and they were
Free
saying
was
something about her
on.
dress.
Did they? I didn't.
I don't know. You know, people always hating because they ain't even there.
I'm seeing it now on YouTube.
You saying it?
I didn't hear anything about her dress.
I thought she looked good.
What did they say? It was not
They said it
good, or
was too tight. They said like she felt like she was, you
Well,
know.
she's older, right? So
Well,
She's old.
they give people a break. Give them a break.
she's seasoned. She's not older.
She's seasoned.
She's
seasoned.
pre-elderly. She's all
Okay,
right.
there were special appearances by B2K, Keisha Cole, Bow Wow, and Sierra. I didn't watch the whole show.
And then Kendrick Lamar came out too, right?
Kendrick Lamar did a
B2K
surprise.
did their thing.
Yeah.
A. Marie did her thing.
Yeah, it was good. And Kirk
Yeah,
Franklin
they was talking about
closed out
Avery
the
too.
show.
Oh yeah, Kirk Franklin came out
Oh
there.
my God, his performance was amazing. It was really,
did his
really
thing?
good.
I
It was
saw,
a long
I
performance.
saw Glorilla perform.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
We don't
she
know.
did her-
I
she
don't know
did
if
her
we
new
want to talk
song.
about Glorilla right now.
Why? What's wrong with Glorilla?
She got an award.
Her acceptance speech was quite.
Oh, I missed that part.
Well, it was a little.
Let me see. How
a little Memphis?
How do you explain it without being offensive? It was.
It was a little Memphis.
Well,
Well,
you
she
don't.
did-
You don't explain anything without being offended.
Mad ghetto,
No,
son.
she did say, "Forgive my accent. Don't make fun of me." She
I didn't
did
make
say
fun
that.
of
she
her.
put out that disclaimer.
But an accent
Yes.
is different from articulation. That's different.
You think she didn't articulate herself well?
No,
Not
Memphis,
particularly,
Her accent
no.
is real strong. She really, her words
And she
sometimes
didn't like
go
her
left. That's,
But I'm saying if
that's
you,
just her accent.
even if you have a deep accent, you can still be articulate with the accent.
True.
You can.
You didn't think she was articulate?
Not in particular, but
Well,
that's just
she
my
won-
opinion.
She won for Best Gospel Inspirational Award.
Yeah.
Glorilla.
Yeah.
Yes.
Best
With-
gospel.
Her and
Yes.
Kirk Franklin.
Her and
Really?
And she didn't even let Kirk Franklin speak.
Oh, I missed that part.
Kirk- He went up there
Kirk
with her?
Franklin spoke enough. He speaks enough. Let her rock. She's new.
Yeah. Let her.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
yes.
I'm not mad at that.
And
It was-
what's her
it was
name?
good.
Doshi. She got an award.
Yeah, she got an award.
And her speech was a
for-
little bit more articulate. I mean,
Okay.
You liked her speech?
not in particular, but I was more articulate.
So how was it more articulate?
I'm talking about the way that she put her words together and put the sentences together. It's not so much the
Are
accent.
you a
it's-
grammar teacher now?
I'm not a
Today
grammar
he's
teacher.
like,
I'm not a grammar teacher, but there's certain etiquette that you just need
she
to have.
looked really nice. She won for the best female hip hop artist.
Dochi.
Yes.
She's good. She's very talented. I like
Yeah.
her music.
Yeah, we like Dochi.
She's
Yeah.
eccentric, but we love her.
I hear Kendrick Lamar got a shit ton of awards.
Did he?
He got the shortest rapper in the world award.
Whatever.
I like
I
Kendrick.
saw a video of him holding like 4 awards.
Yeah,
He also
Kendrick.
won album of the year.
Album of the
One
year.
album of the year.
So he
Then
racked
won
up.
this song of the
racked up.
year.
Yeah,
for the
Mariah
song.
Carey did sing. She did
put
a
up-
good
she
job.
played
Yeah, she didn't move though.
No,
She
she
never
didn't
moved.
move.
She didn't
She
move
never
her
moved.
muscles.
She didn't move.
She just stood
She
still.
The only thing that moved was her vocal cords. That's it.
She still sound good though, right?
Yeah, she had to take every ounce.
Okay.
Yeah.
She bigger?
Yeah, she's bigger and better.
She looked great though. She looked
She looked good.
She looked great.
I'm
She really
gonna
did.
watch the recap.
She looked great.
I'm gonna
It'll
watch.
be on probably again on the weekend.
Yeah, they
can watch
run
it
them
again.
things into the ground for sure.
Okay.
Now let's get to the LA.
Riots.
I'm not going to call it a riot because it's not a riot.
Protest. We're
They
gonna
have
call
a
it
Protest in LA.
Right? Yes. So our President Trump activated 4,000 National Guard troops. And he sent in the Marines.
He activated them.
Yes.
Activate.
For
So
a
he
protest.
called them into LA to get busy.
Yes.
Yep. Pretty
Yes.
much.
Okay.
It's
Which
too
is
much.
not
It's ridiculous.
normal.
It's not
The
it's
governor's
not a
supposed
riot.
to recommend that.
They're
He didn't.
protesting. It's not a riot.
They're
Well, they were
protesting.
protesting pretty good.
Now, what is the protest about?
About them snatching people out of their homes, off the street,
Oh,
out of
ICE.
restaurants.
Yeah, they're taking the illegal immigrants and deporting them.
And there's no rhyme or reason.
But
You
guess
can't
what?
just rip people away from
No,
their family.
that's not true. Because Obama deported way more people than Trump.
But did he do it this way?
Well, he did it.
But did he do it this way? You're
No.
ripping people out from their homes
Well, we gonna get him
and at
at.
restaurants?
Where
I
you
don't
gonna-
know.
where you gonna get him at?
saying,
What you
it's
mean?
just
Where you gonna get him at?
You go where they at, right? I don't
It's
know.
crazy.
You're not
It's
supposed to
crazy.
get him, bro. That's the whole point.
You're not. If
No.
now,
Yeah.
now check this out. Listen, if me and you right now go to Mexico, right?
Uh-huh.
Can we stand in front of Home Depot and get a job?
In Mexico?
Yes.
Why not?
I think
Absolutely
so,
not.
probably.
No, we go straight to prison.
Absolutely
no,
not.
You can't do that.
If we go to Guatemala and we stay there for longer than our vacation, guess where we going?
I don't know. Guatemala
Straight to prison.
So
Guatemala.
he's just saying, why don't you do the same thing here?
If we go to Europe and we stay there longer than we're supposed to stay, guess where we going?
I don't know. Where we going?
Prison.
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 You're not going to prison.
Yes, you are.
I don't believe that. All right, let's
Okay, so
talk
we're gonna
about
move on
something
from
really
that.
pleasant.
What's that?
Coco Gauff won.
Yes, Coco
This
Gauff.
weekend.
Give it up for Coco.
I mean, she played a good game.
She started off, she was ahead and she was, making her moves, but all of a sudden Coco got,
And
they
she's the
started.
youngest?
No, what happened was the crowd started saying the girl's name, the white tennis
What
player.
is her name?
I don't even know what
That's
her
not
name
important.
was.
That's her name.
But the
We don't care.
crowd
Coco
started
Gauff
saying
won.
her name, and Coco says that she had to start saying her own name in her own head, and I think that gave her the ability to
Oh,
go.
really?
Yeah, it gave her they egged her on, and they shouldn't have did that. They should have left her alone. She might have won.
Leave her ass
Well,
alone.
she's
know what I'm
the
saying?
youngest black woman to win since Serena. So
Very nice.
And she's
So
the
that's-
highest paid female athlete.
Really.
is she really?
Yes, she is.
Really? Is she?
She getting to the bag.
She getting to the
Are you
bag.
making that up?
No,
Oh,
I'm not.
for real? Okay, all right.
Coco Gauff.
Dope.
So that's all I had for the.
Well, very nice, man.
Events?
Let's shout out a few people that we got on the live. We got
Who
Prince Steven, Melly joined, Love and Light XO, Lisa, what up, what up? Nikki Brooks in the building, what up, Nikki?
Always. she's
Brooks.
here.
Let's see, Don't Play With It 304 is in
play
the
with it.
house. Fun Employed Comic. Wow, being employed as a comic.
Funny employed comic.
Is that fun?
I don't know.
I guess you're employed.
A comic is
If
not.
you're making
It's
money,
not as
it's
fun as
fun.
it seems to be.
A dope girl, Lauren. What up?
Lauren.
Sherry, yes, cheers to me is in the building. We got Latasha,
Hey,
Carrie,
Sherry.
I shall be working at Sherry's domain real soon.
and of course we got Skybox in the building. We got Mama Jean in the
Is
house,
my mama on?
Mama Jean.
and Seashell is in the
Seashell,
building.
Seashell?
Yeah, that's what it says. See, I wonder if she lived by the seashore.
Well,
Isn't that a nursery? Isn't that some type of nursery?
Of course it is. Come on. Of course it is. Of course it is.
okay, cool.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
so we got a lot of people on the check-in. I hope they stick around
Absolutely.
to see everything. And I guess we're gonna get right into the show. Basically, today our topic is relationships, man.
Relationships.
We want to discuss the dynamic between men and women, between older men, older women, younger men and older women. It doesn't matter. We just want to get into it and debate with these lovely ladies and kind of get their opinions on, what they think, man. You think that's a good idea?
Yes.
Well, in other words, we want to talk about something that we ain't too good at, huh?
Oh,
Relationship,
Lord.
yeah. We over here talking about relationships and we pretty much suck at it.
We pretty much suck
You'll learn.
at relationships right
Speak
now.
for
at this
yourself.
particular time. But we're getting better, man.
We getting better? Well, at least we getting practice.
Yeah, Zai started us off on the right track, and now we we getting ourselves together. You know what I mean?
Better is debatable. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to apologize for the noise in the background. We're not
I can't even hear that.
So it's all your imagination.
Oh, okay, good. So it's
You know the microphone bleeds all that.
yeah,
stuff.
good. So never
Come on,
mind that.
old man.
Never mind that. It's
Don't you know
quiet.
we got extraordinary Lawrence on there? If he would have heard it, he hears
Yeah,
everything.
we good over there, Lawrence, on that? A little bit. Gotcha. All right, perfect. All right, so we want to introduce our guest panelists for the day. We have 4 lovely ladies. We're going to ask them to come to the stage, and I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you. And without further ado, let's give it up for the cast of Bruise. Let's give it up for them. Come on down, ladies. Come on down.
Come
Where
on
they gonna sit
down.
at? Now, who's gonna sit where? You gotta figure it out.
I already told them what to say.
How are you? Good to see
Come
you.
on in. Come on in here. You're right here.
Good to see you.
Just take your seat
No,
right there.
see,
Yeah,
like
you're
the
good.
chocolate. Whenever you get sent,
Watch the table behind you.
Yep.
right before I get rich. How are you? All right, what's your name?
Oh, wait, no. You're gonna come over here. You go.
I thought I
right
looked
there.
familiar. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the girl that was standing next to me right there. Bella. I didn't even know he was in the movie. See that?
Be careful. Come on now. Let's go right back up over there. Be careful. All right.
Okay, cool.
So, Lawrence. All right. So this is their mic. Their mic is active over there. All right. Both of them are active.
Hello?
Hello, hello.
You can actually move that mic around, so if you're gonna talk, you can move it towards you. And
All right.
vice versa. But just talking from me real quick, that one right there.
Talking to
Hello?
it.
Hello, hello?
We all good.
All right. So,
Not in your face, right?
Carmella, follow them. All right. So we have our 4 guests on the show right now, and we're gonna have them introduce themselves from right to left. I'd like you to state your name. You don't have to give your last name, but I'd love for you to tell us where you're from and your age.
Okay, hello, I am Bella. I'm from Queens, New York, and I'm 46.
Welcome, Bella.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Tanise. I'm 44 and I'm from Freeport.
Freeport.
Hi, I'm Caitlin. I'm 25 and I'm from East Side Slip. Now I'm in Bethpage.
Very nice.
All right, cool.
Hi, I'm Naima Latimer, and I'm 40 years old and from Hempstead, Long Island.
Hempstead in the building. You already know. Well, thank you, ladies, for joining us.
How old are you? Wait a minute.
None of your damn business, bro.
Come on,
None of
man.
your damn business. Everybody knows how. It's my birthday coming up, though, so
Yeah.
that's all they need to know. I'm gonna be 41 again.
We don't give up. How about your birthday?
Exactly.
All right, cool.
So now that we got these lovely ladies on our panel, we're gonna hit them with a series of questions that I have already pre-selected, so that we can see what their opinions are. All right. So first question I have is basically under the topic of what men want versus what women want, because there's always a debate of what women think men want and what we actually want.
Okay.
All right.
Do women know what men want?
So the first question I'm gonna direct to you, Bella. All right. My first question is not even on here because I just want to know, first of all, what do you think that a man looks for in a woman?
I want to start by saying it depends on where he is in his life.
Okay.
So,
A man that you would be looking to court in your stage of life, what would you expect him to be looking for?
I guess the same thing I'm looking for, some stability, someone to grow with. You can, manage finances, like just build.
Now remember, don't think
together.
about, I don't want you to think about what you would be looking for. I just want you to think about what you would expect a man to be looking for.
Yeah, like,
what you think he's
what would
looking
I be
for.
looking for if I was looking for you?
Exactly. What do you think? What do you
Well, if
think?
you were looking for me,
She's like, I'm
nothing,
right here.
It's nothing to say.
that
No,
right?
I'm kidding.
Okay.
So,
Well, looking.
no, I'm kidding. I really can't say what a
See?
man is looking for.
All right, what about you, Tanise? What do you think a man would be looking for?
Well, what I hear a lot of men asking for,
Make sure you're talking to the mic and speak nice and loud.
I said what I hear a lot of men asking for is loyalty.
Yes, that's
Okay.
good.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
I don't know, companionship,
Okay.
Okay.
like a best friend.
Best
And of
friend.
course, like cooking. things
Cook,
like that. Yeah.
companionship, and the best friend.
Caitlin, what about
And
you?
loyalty.
Now you're 25.
Yeah, she's 25.
So
younger.
your answer might be a little bit different from what the older ladies might be, So tell me what you would expect a man to be looking for at your age.
So at my age, everybody's a little bit different. Going off of what Bella said, everybody's at a different stage in their life, especially at my age. But what I think is, they're looking for that stability, somebody to grow with, mentally, physically, financially, spiritually. And on top of that, having somebody they know that they can rely on.
That's important.
Being able to grow with them, knowing somebody has their back even when they're down and they're not just gonna head out the door because they're, broke. They don't want anybody that's just there for money, and I think that we all can agree that's not something that we're looking for in a person. So there's multiple answers that can be with this question.
I heard a lot of answers.
All right, so men, don't beat me up. I'll just be honest. What I believe men want from experience is a mother they can love on. They look for the mommy and the female.
Come close to that camera.
I'm saying that because they look for stability. They look for the comfort, the cooking, the cleaning, the listening ear, because men like to chat.
Okay.
Like us females. So I have to say that men looks for the mommy and the female. Just somebody they can love on.
Wow.
Do I like that? No. But yeah, that's my answer.
Is that what you guys think men are looking for, huh?
And peace of mind, too.
Yeah.
And a good time.
Well,
I think everybody's different.
men are different,
I
but
do got
for the
basically
most
looking
part,
for
they're the
I do
same.
got my mind.
Men are different, but for the most part, I think the most thing that men are looking for is peace.
Right.
Because a lot of women don't bring peace. They're how you want to say? Absolutely. I think if you come with peace, you might be able to get peace. But sometimes, like none of you guys thought of that. None of you guys like, oh,
I just said peace of mind.
You said peace of mind.
Yes.
But it's difficult for men and women because we have different trajectories of thinking.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You gotta
But
have an
sometimes
understanding.
we think, like okay, A, B, C, D. You know what I mean? Women don't want to know about that. They got little intricacies into that. But
more A, B, C, D, and then we have little.
yeah, y'all got a whole bunch of little extra letters in there. You know what I mean?
That's how life is. It's not just one clear cut. Everything has a set pattern to it, and within that pattern is multiple patterns.
Everybody has different needs.
Exactly. And
Right.
everybody's different walk of life, even though we're in the same world.
Let me ask y'all a question. How do y'all feel about the answer I gave?
What's that?
How do y'all feel about what I gave, my response?
I was over there trying to make sure they could see you, so I didn't get a chance to hear.
Okay, so I said what I think men want from my experience and just viewing everything is they looking for a mommy and a female.
Oh, I did hear that.
A mommy.
I disagree.
You disagree?
No.
I 100% disagree with that because I feel that's the last thing that a man wants. Because if you're claiming you're looking for a mommy, that means that person is the one that's going to take care of you and tell you what to do. And now I know you're probably thinking of it as making sure that he's good, giving him the things that he needs, cooking for him. But when I think of that, I feel like it's a woman that's taking charge. And the last thing that at least somebody in my point in life wants is a woman that's going to try to take charge of me. But I'll answer the question. In my opinion, I feel like a man is looking for respect, loyalty, and just appreciation.
Yeah.
That's it, man. And sex. We need some ass.
Yeah, basically.
We definitely need some ass.
I tried to add it in there. Good time.
Well, women
And a lot of that.
They can use that for like a dangle tag, dangling fun. You make you do stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Women definitely do that. Do you feel that women are more emotionally driven in relationships than men?
Yes.
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 You would agree?
Yes.
You would-
I
What
feel
about
like that's what y'all lack.
we lack emotions? I can potentially agree with that. What about logic? Do you
Yeah.
feel that men are more logical or women are more logical when
I
it
feel
comes?
like men are. I feel like
Do
men
you agree? She says it's debatable.
I've been in, I might be 25, but I've been in enough relationships to know that sometimes they do not think logically.
Okay.
And sometimes it's vice versa, where the female is more logical, even though she's still in her emotions. And the man is just in their emotions. Whether they're trying to think logically or not, they're not capable because of the fact that they don't know how to deal with emotions. And I think that's because in our society, and this is for ongoing, now it's slowly changing in a way, but guys have always been told not to deal with their emotions, to always push it to the side. And, you know, we can't help fix that if we don't know what's going on.
Right.
So you feel
Even
like,
if you put it in a logical way or in your best words, if you just let us know, we'll be able to be like, okay, let's try this, let's try this, let's try that. I might be annoying, but I want you to rise up and be the best king that you can be.
do you think that women can control their emotions?
It depends on the situation. It really does depend
wanna
on the
say something, don't
situation.
Yeah, she's like, I can control it.
She's like, oh, she can't even hold it in.
So I honestly think us females, majority, can control our emotions because if we couldn't, this world would be chaos.
Okay.
The reason why I say that, because like, say if we're angry, women can take it 1,000 if they wanted to, but sometimes they have it at 10 just to cope with you or cope with whatever situation it is. So I definitely feel like women can control their emotions. Men might not agree with that because we come at them with the emotional side, but women can control it. That's just how I feel.
Okay.
What about you, Bella? Do you think that women are able to control their emotions?
Yes, for the most part.
Okay. What about you, Tanise?
I think it depends on what the situation is, but for the most part, I would say yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So
For
I'm
the
gonna-
most part. So
I'm
what
gonna
part
ask-
is not the most part?
It depends on what it is. It depends on if, you know, if kids are
You dealing with
involved.
somebody's kids, right?
Yeah.
That's somebody.
Now, that's a good point right there. Now, if you have children, right, and you get married, who comes first, the children or the husband?
Oh, the children.
See what I
Me
mean?
personally,
But it's not
well,
supposed to
It
be.
depends.
Right.
The Bible say something else.
It's not supposed to be.
You know.
The husband's supposed to come first.
Exactly, and no woman is going to agree
But
with
no
that.
woman in the world is going to agree with that.
They're
So
Because at the end of the day, we're also men as well, but women also, majority take that standpoint of we have to raise these kids to be the next generation of the world. We don't know what they're gonna be. I could be raising the next president for all I know.
But you can still do that and still put your husband
Oh,
first.
well, that's a good thing about women. We're great multitaskers.
Okay.
We're phenomenal at it.
So let's
My baby needs to do all their whatever they need to do in their list of schedule for the day. You need your feet, your back rubbed. You want your food cooked. I got you.
Okay.
I mean,
So
now, I
that
can't
sounds
speak
good in
to
theory, but it
being a
rarely
parent.
happens.
I'm not a parent, right?
Okay.
I'm not a parent. I'm a dog mom. Hi, Sherry. But anyway, I would feed my husband first. My husband would get his plate first. Now, as far as putting him before the children, like everything,
Yeah.
I don't say that I would do that because
No.
at the end of the day, the child needs someone
Yeah, I
to
would
help
say
them do that.
you're neglecting
certain
the child in
things,
certain
I
situations.
would put my
So the
husband
Bible
first.
says that's neglecting the child. Huh?
But my child would come first. Like I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll for my child. I will feed you first. If you tell me, baby, I want some head, I'm gonna give you that.
Right.
But my kids are going to come first.
Okay.
So
That's,
even if the father is the father of the kids will still come first. Even if
I
they're
will
real
feed
father.
you first.
I mean, I would like to think that the
I
father
will
would
feed
also
you
want to put the
first.
children first as well.
Right,
So
right.
collectively.
But that's not the way it's
I
supposed
mean,
to go. The wife's supposed
when
to
we're
come
talking
first.
about safety,
But everything. But
Like-
what is the way that things are
Then, yeah.
supposed to go? Because all of that has changed.
No.
The way things are supposed to go, all of that has changed. Now that's a deeper conversation.
People change. That didn't
That's a
change.
deeper-
But you went
people
from
have
marriage to
changed.
the father of the
Men
kids.
have
Are you still
changed.
talking about
Women have
marriage?
had to
Because if you're not
change.
talking about marriage,
It's a lot of
then
change.
father of the kids, they're not a
Yeah,
husband.
yeah.
I'm holding on to something
Okay.
from when men were
That's your
warriors.
husband.
Men were warriors. Y'all was out killing bears and shit, wrestling them down. So when you came home, yeah, baby, go over there and be with Becky Ann and Sue Ann and go over there and let them do all of that stuff to you. When you come back, I'm gonna have your dinner. But y'all not wrestling bears and shit no more.
and I agree. And
Well, I do a little bit of wrestling. You know what I'm saying?
and this is where it kind of delves a little bit into the religious aspect. And I don't like to go down that road because a lot of people still follow all of these rules that are from the Bible, that has a book that has been written thousands of years ago. And how can you follow these rules from a time that has nothing to do with what we're dealing with currently?
Absolutely.
How can you possibly say that I'm going to follow this book to a T when these people that wrote this book do not know anything that's going on right now? You can't predict what's happening. So times are different. Times are different now than it was 10 years ago, let alone 2,000 years ago.
Right.
So,
and people are picking and choosing what they're pulling out of the Bible. You know, they're picking and choosing
Absolutely.
what they want to be correct and what they want to
Absolutely.
follow. So I'm with you on that.
so
We ain't getting into that religious stuff.
No, we're not.
we get in enough trouble as it is.
Enough trouble.
All right. So do you think that women value stability in a relationship over excitement, over a man that's gonna give them a good time?
Most women value stability.
Okay.
You do have some women who want to have a good time.
Right.
You know, they start out their life wanting to have a good time, and then they want stability. Maybe they don't ever want that. They just want to live their life however they want.
So Tanise, you got two guys in the club, right? Let's just say club, whether you go to a club or not. Two guys in the club. You got one guy in the club, looks like me, super square, nice suit on, probably an accountant, you know. And then you got the next dude, got the jewelry, the fitted, you know, the iced out watch or whatever. Which one is gonna initially attract your attention?
The one in the suit.
The one in the suit? Okay. Now, attract your attention, that's the first part of the question. But which one do you think will keep your attention? Do you think that the boring accountant that goes to his 9 to 5, treats you nice, is going to be able to maintain your attention throughout, you know, a year, 2 years, 3 years?
Well, it depends on the definition of boring, and it also depends on what you're looking for. You know what I mean?
Right. Okay. What about you? It's a good question for you.
I mean, I always say never judge a book by its cover. I always like to get to know somebody first because they can look like
Square.
and they're the kindest person in the world. You know, I've met a lot of business people where they're just not the best people in the world, respectfully. Respectfully,
they were assholes.
Respectfully, they were assholes.
Okay.
Well, the respectful part going on to people that wear suits. Respectfully.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
You know, so it's kind of piggybacking off them. It's very dependent.
Have you ever dated a bad boy? Somebody that's been in jail, sells drugs, anything
yeah,
like
of
that?
course.
You did you find
said
that
of course,
exciting?
like-
Did you find the toxic guy exciting?
Well, yeah. Of
course.
I
Yeah, the
did.
toxic
You know,
guys, all the bad
but
guys get all the women.
I realized that I was living vicariously through them and what they've done and what they were doing versus what I actually wanted and needed in my life.
Right. Let's go to you, Naeem. What do you think? Do you like the bad boy or do you like the nice guy?
Okay, the younger me like the bad boys. I like the excitement. I like the thrill, the bad boy look, the getting in trouble, and I thought he was tough, you know. And in my head, when I was young, that was a boss like. The bad boys was the boss.
Yeah.
But the me now love the nice guy, the square, the corny, the want to be off the scene.
Now wait a minute. Now so the younger women like the bad guys, and then when they get older,
Yeah.
they like the good guys.
So do you
that
ever
what
think
happened?
that you
don't want that extra stress,
dug
like-
somebody that could have been a potential good mate for you
Of course,
because
yeah.
you know he wasn't what you were looking for at that time?
Yes, I can even tell you about it. I'm not gonna say no names, but
Curtis.
Stanford. No, I'm gonna play. I dubbed a bank teller
Okay.
for a wannabe rapper because you know we have those these days.
A lot of those, yeah.
And he was flashy. He was known. He was hood celebrity, as they say. And here's this man living a simple life. Credit is good. His own everything. No baby mamas. No nothing.
Nothing. No drama.
And he don't like going out to club. He don't like doing nothing. And it didn't last because I felt him boring at the time. So the young me wanted that excitement. And the older me now
get
looked
that.
back and said, why you do that? You know? So I have to say, like, it takes growth in a female too to get to that point where stability and
Wherever you
all the
want.
loyalty and growth and finding a mature man. Because when we're young, we not knowing to go looking for that. You know, we want some excitement. We just got out the house under our mama. We want some excitement. So I have to say, like, yeah, the 40 mil wants the stability.
Right.
I need somebody who's gonna grow with me. And, like, there's a lot of things that I
Oh
don't
wait,
know
he said 5 more minutes. Are we
at
done?
my age,
Wow, what happened?
regardless of.
I like them older.
Disrespectful.
Older. I like them older.
Chill.
In that aspect,
Chill. I'm sorry. I apologize. Come. Let me talk to you. Come on. Come on. Zah, this is business.